it's time for the classics, the laws of science. Newton's laws, to be specific.
You can't walk on water. You'd sink like a stone. You've heard of Isaac Newton, gravity, viscosity. I think the Newton laws have you boxed in on this one, man.
Well, I hate to tell you something, but maybe it's non-Newtonian day at Time Warp because I'm going to show you exactly how it is possible.
Well, happy non-Newtonian day. Did you get me anything?
Okay, for those of you out there who don't celebrate non-Newtonian day, make that every last one of you, listen up. Isaac Newton was one of those original scientific geniuses who discovered things like gravity. Well, actually, gravity was always around, but Newton noticed it for the first time. Anyway, Newton also came up with the law of viscosity. Here you go. The resistance derives from the lack of slipperiness originating in a fluid. Other things being equal is proportional to the velocity by which the parts of the fluid are being separated from each other. Did you get all that? No? Too bad. All you need to know is that any fluid that obeys that law, say water, is a Newtonian fluid. Any fluid that does not obey that law is, no, wait for it, a non-Newtonian fluid. And these gooey fluids are fun to play with on, yeah, you got it, on non-Newtonian day. Our goût du jour, this stew of cornstarch and water.
One of the things we can do is use this as a liquid and a solid surface.
Okay.
So I can move around, but if I punch it, completely solidifies upon impact. Now, because of that, we can set objects on it that are normally floating around, and this is just in a liquid. And as soon as I actually start nailing something onto it, that stress is going to solidify the material.
Yeah, let's see it.
Now, you'd never be able to get a nail into wood on water.
Of course.
Well, this is unusual. The stuff resists Jeff's fist like a solid, even though it appears to be a liquid in motion. It's worth taking a closer look back at the lab. The change between states is nearly instantaneous, as warp speed of 1,000 frames per second reveals.
It's amazing to think about, the time scale involved. You scrape this fluid and it's solid, and by the time it lands, it's almost fully liquid again. And that's a really fast scrape. It's not even 1 second that this thing stays solid. There's tons of non-Newtonian fluids. Blood is non-Newtonian, ketchup is non-Newtonian.
That explains why ketchup takes so long to come out of the bottle then, huh?
Now Newton rocks. No, seriously, he does.
You saw some cool stuff, but this is gonna blow your mind.
All right, so we got our speaker going.
At warp speed, we can see the vibration of the speaker. At just the right frequency, the mixture is solid on the way up and liquid on the way down.
These are called the cornstarch monsters.
Pretty unbelievable. You know what it looks like? Dance floor at my wedding. Look at, there goes like Cousin Paul. There's Cousin Jill.
It is amazingly human.
Unbelievable.
The only difference between these cornstarch monsters and Matt's wedding party is the cornstarch did not need a designated driver home. But we digress.
Cool, but you're still not walking on water here.
All right, well, you want to walk on water?
Wow. So that's literally a gigantic mix of cornstarch and water.
2,500 pounds of cornstarch, to be exact. But before Jeff goes for a stroll, let's ensure that a big pool of goo acts the same as a small container. First, the bat test. It bounces right back.
That's pretty cool.
Throw a little bowling ball.
Yeah, just
Give it a good roll across.
You ready?
Yeah.
But a bowling ball?
Goodbye.
That's nice.
Once again, Time Warp cameras capture the extraordinary. A 12-pound bowling ball glides as if on solid wood. Then the other side of the split personality emerges and submerges. The moment of truth.
It's really important that you're very careful because otherwise you might get in trouble.
Do I have to make that face?
You should try. All right, it's time for a hoedown.
A hoedown? What's a hoedown?
Hoedown's a dance.
Who says white guys can't dance?
Get out of here.
Now let's slow down that hoedown.
There's no way to describe this feeling, though. I can't even figure it. I mean, the fact that you don't land solid and you don't sink, you do something in between. It's almost like there's people like catching your foot, bringing it down a
There's
little.
little hands right under the
It's
fluid.
bizarre. I can't even describe that. I think everyone should go make this solution and jump around their backyard.
But remember, it only acts like a solid momentarily. If you don't keep moving,
I'm gone. I'm gone. Oh, man. You can't get out.